Hello everyone. So in this video we will be exploring the bridge pattern. So let's see what all is there for us. So we will see what is bridge pattern, the UML class diagram for it, its implementation using Typescript, and then the interview questions. So what is bridge pattern? So bridge is a structural design pattern that acts as a connecting point between an abstraction and its implementation. There will be an abstract class that will be implemented by multiple subclasses, and then there will be multiple interfaces as well. So this bridge pattern will consist of two things. The first part is the abstraction, which will be the common interface methods. There will be methods that will be common across all the classes. The second part is the implementation. All the remaining classes that are implementing will be the second part. So this is one more pattern that avoids using inheritance and allows more implementers to be added in future. Let's say, for example, there is a remote control, universal remote control that can control TVs not only of now but also of future. So let's say, for the current TV sets, there is a new version going to arrive in the future, or even if an entire new TV is going to arrive from the same brand. So as long as the remote interface is same, then there will be no difference. So you will have to use the same remote instead of having to buy a new one. That's one example of a bridge pattern. So let's see the UML diagram for it. Here you see the abstraction. This is an abstract class which has this method, and the implementation interface is being used here. Then there is concrete abstraction, so all these child classes are using it, and then there is implementation which is also being implemented by two other subclasses. Alright, now what we will do is we will move to our IDE and then start using this pattern to see how it works in Typescript. Alright, so here we are in our IDE. Then what I will do is I will create one interface. Let's say export interface team arranger. Now what I will do is, let's say, arrange betting order, and then key player. There will be a key player who is very important for the team. There will be other players, array of strings. This will return a string. Alright. Now, anyway, we don't really need to export it. I'm not going to use any other file. So let's say abstract class cricket team, and now there will be a constructor. I will tell you a new way to use constructor as well. So here you can see, instead of having to create fields like here protected and blah blah blah, what I will do is I will create them right here. Protected players string and protected team arranger. What we'll do is this dot players equals to players. So this will automatically assign the players that is passed as parameters to the fields of this class. Now there is an abstract method as well. Abstract arrange betting order. Key player string, and this will return nothing actually. Now there will be a public method, public get players. This will return the array of strings, and will simply return this dot players. Alright, so there will be two implementations for this abstract class. So class domestic cricket team extends cricket team. Do we have any? Yeah. It's control plus dot or command plus dot, whichever system you have. And then this dot players. So let's say this dot team arranger dot arrange batting order. Here will be key player and then this dot players. This will arrange the batting order. And let's say class international cricket team extends cricket team. So here what we will do is basically the same thing. I will copy from here, I will paste it here. Now you have two more implementations that will be of the interface. So class, first class team arranger implements team arranger. Let's implement this interface. Context actions. I will add the logic to that method in a while. So class international team arranger implements team arranger. Again. Now what I'll do here is that I will add my custom logic. So let's say this will filter out. So players dot filter and player not equals to key player. Alright. And here dot concat key player. That's what we'll do. We are filtering out key player and concatenating it here. So key player will be at last. You can add your own custom logic to move that player at last. Here what we will do is, let's say const arr equals to players dot filter p not equals to key player arr dot unshift key player. At the beginning I'm adding return. Yeah. Alright. So what I did is that you are just custom logic, no relation to the design pattern. So yeah, here we have two implementations of the interface, two implementations of this abstract class, and now you will know how you can use it. So let's say I create players array. Let's say there will be Dhoni and Sachin and Sehwag and Srisant and Irfan and Zahir. Alright. Now let's say const FCA equals to new first class team arranger, const ITA equals to new international team arranger. what you will do is you will first create objects out of two implementations of the interfaces. Watch carefully. Let's say const domestic team equals new domestic cricket team and players FCA. These will be the players in the first class arranger. So the first class cricket where low level cricket happens, that arranger will be sent and that guy will arrange the players, and these are the players that we have sent. Now domestic team dot arrange batting order, we pass the key player as Dhoni and we will log this domestic team dot get players. Now what we'll do is we'll create an international team. New international cricket team players ITA and international team dot arrange batting order. The same key player I am passing, you can pass anyone of your choice, and console.log international team dot get players. Alright, so we will have to see our output. So I will run this code now. As you can see, this sent the key player to last, this sent the key player to first. The difference between first class team arranger and the international team arranger. So how this pattern works is that first you create an interface, then you create an abstraction. You will have two implementations of abstraction, two implementations of team arranger. You can have more than two as well. I'm just saying according to what we have coded here. Okay. Now what you will do is these two will accept the parameters in which you will have your arranger as well, and you will have custom logic for arranging your team players. So the custom logic is already given down these implementations. So what this will do is this will set the players according to how you are arranging your batting order. First one for the domestic cricket team, that is taken from here, and second one for the international cricket team, that is taken from here. Then you can use those two interface implementations in the abstraction implementation. I repeat, interface implementations are being used in the abstraction implementations. That is how this works. And then here you see the output. That is how this bridge pattern works. So what I will do is, now I will move on to the interview questions. So what are the interview questions for it? How does the bridge pattern differ from the adapter pattern? So we have already studied about the adapter pattern, so I will tell you. See, while both the patterns aim to separate concerns, the adapter pattern is about making unrelated classes work together. So in adapter pattern what happens is that there are two different classes incompatible. So you create an adapter that will actually adapt to new things, like you adapt in your day-to-day life. Nowadays you are adapting AI. That is how adapter pattern works. Whereas bridge pattern is about separating an abstraction from its implementation so that they can be modified independently. Alright, there was an abstraction and there is an implementation. You can make changes in both of them without having to worry about making changes at multiple places. That is what the job of bridge pattern is. Second one, what are some real world examples of this pattern? Real world examples are like GUI frameworks or database drivers, like JDBC. if you have worked with Spring Boot. And device drivers, different type of printing or graphics driver and all. And the remote controls. So these are the real world examples. What are the benefits of using this pattern? Benefits like separation of concern means since it is separating an abstraction and implementation, you are free to make changes to both of them. Okay, so both of those can be developed independently. This provides flexibility, and flexibility is that the abstraction and implementation can be extended in separate class hierarchies. Maintainability, and changes to the implementation does not affect the client code. And the runtime binding, it allows implementation to be selected or switched at runtime. These are the benefits. What are the potential drawbacks and limitations of using the bridge pattern? So, this increases complexity by introducing multiple layers of abstraction. There can be an overhead that which can impact performance in critical situations, since you have multiple times you are having your custom logic, so you need to take care of the performance. And design effort, so this requires deeper understanding of the problem, and you cannot simply implement bridge pattern by saying that okay, yeah, I have two things to do, now I will create an abstract class and one implementation and interface, and then create implementations and do it. That is not how you use it. Okay, you need to dive deep into the problem, otherwise this pattern will not be so useful for you. Alright, so that's pretty much it from this session. We come to the conclusion. We studied about the bridge pattern, uses into question, criticisms, and implementation. In the next video, we will study about the flyweight pattern. So, thank you so much for watching this video. Do consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Until then, bye.